So we're going to do some more work on fractions today. Remember, fractions are a bit of a number, a part of a number. So here on my number line, I've got between 0 and 1, and I've put my mark here in the middle of the line. So I've actually divided this number into two equal bits. So here, I'm going to mark that I've actually made a half, okay, because I've got 1/2, 2 halves that make my whole. Here, let's see, between our numbers 2 and 3, we've divided the line into 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. Each of these parts represent then one of those 4 bits. Here, between 5 and 6, we've got 1, 2, 3 parts. So these parts represent 1 of 3, 2 of 3. Just look, this is something interesting. The smaller the number, the bigger the fraction. So as our denominator gets bigger, the fraction gets smaller. Remember that. Let's have a look now. Rather than just on number lines, let's make some fractions using shapes. So here, I'm going to do the same, and I'm going to divide that into 2 pieces. So because I've divided it into 2 pieces, 2 equal pieces, my denominator is 2. That shows me how many bits I've divided it into. And if I shade this, I've shaded one of those 2 bits. And I can show it on any type of shape at all. We've shaded in 1/2. Here we've divided into quarters, 4 equal bits, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of those bits then represent 1/4. So if I shaded in this many, what would my fraction be? Well, let's see, 1, 2, it would be 3/4. And I can show it on my circle by dividing it in half and half again. And then I'm shading in 3 of those quarters. And lastly, we've divided this into thirds. There we are. I'm just going to shade in one of those thirds. My denominator has to be 3 because I've divided it into 1, 2, 3 equal blocks. And there's one of them, okay? And on my circle, it's slightly trickier for Mrs. Brown, but there we go. There we have a third. So we can make fractions using numbers and using shapes. And we remember that the smaller the denominator, the bigger the fraction. As the denominator gets bigger, the actual fraction gets smaller.